Right, we're ready for the wing. I made a mistake just before. It's not an 18 inch, it's a 28 inch wing. Now, this is probably one of the few planes you'll actually build the wing up the right way. Until it comes to the top and then it's upside down. You start out obviously with your centre rib. And this is one thing you want with a reasonably tight fit. So it's all the way down. And that it is reasonably central. And also importantly, it needs to be square. Now, out with the fin. Just a quick drop on both sides, and that's it. Not for that part anyway. Now, as you can see, I've already glued the supporting ribs onto the centre rib. That was done with medium CA, and now, as you can see, I've taken the paper off those ones. Not too concerned about taking the paper off the rest of them, unless they're actually getting glued to something. Well, have something glued to them rather. I wouldn't worry about it. Now these, make sure you put them up the right way, please. Make sure they're square and lined up. And then drop CA. It's done. Next rib. This one appears to actually be glued properly. Enough. Sometimes you just need to hold them in place till they set off. Alright. Now remember, I've already mentioned this. Now I've actually marked, let's see it. Okay, camera's not wanting to focus on it, typical. Okay, I've put pen marks on this side of those lines that we remembered, and I've just put pins on the other one. Now before I glue this on, I am actually going to put the supporting parts on it, just because it'll make it a little easier later on. So, sometimes it comes off, sometimes it doesn't. Right, I'll get this one sorted, then I'll turn the camera back on and we'll keep going. Right, just to show you guys, in case I didn't explain it properly, that's basically what I had in mind for this. Will support the braces. Just basically we'll just slot in there and glue in. There will be a little bit more than just balsa to them, trust me. Plan is they will be made out of carbon reinforced balsa. Big step up, I know. And once you sort of put the cups in, or sockets rather, just sand them flush that way and across there and like that, make sure they all fit. Then just with sort of scrap bits or just actual bits, glue on just basically cover plates so you get a full socket. Right, now we're back on track and that's all done. Now one thing just bear in mind, and it seems stupid, but I will mention it just because someone somewhere is bound to forget this. Be very careful which way up you put these. Doesn't matter which way or which side they go on, as long as it's the same top and bottom, left and right. Now in this case I've got them on the outside, and basically they need to be so they face up, and it'll be the same when you do the other wing. Just make, like I said, just make sure you get them the same on both sides. Otherwise you sort of be building a biplane with one wing. Yep. Ah, there it is. Last rib for this side of lower wing. Now this one, there's still a little bit of paper residue on it. I'd put the paper residue on the inside of the wing. This way I'm going to put a cap strip on the outside, which isn't actually on the plans. But we're going to do it anyway. Now you can see I have left a fair bit of extra stick. There's no real reason you can't cut it down, as I was being lazy. It's late at night and I get lazy. Well, that'll do. So that's pretty much that half of the wing. I'll lay out the other side and then I'll put the top spar on. And then we've got leading edge, which the leading edge is 3/16, not quarter. It is a little bit smaller and requires some work to get right because it'll need to be shaved down, but we'll get to that when I skin the leading edge. Right, I'll be back when the other side's done and we're ready to do the spar. Right, all my ribs are in place. Now I'll start with the top part of the main spar. I'm going to just do it a little differently. I'm actually going to put thick CA in the centre rib. Just because I can, and I generally do the centres first. Make sure everything's roughly lined up, and push that all the way down. And that should be that. And then make sure all the rest are in. Now the easy part. Just check to make sure they're all square. There should be a bit of friction, so you can just check the square. A couple of drops. Don't glue yourself to it like I just did. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see. Right, I glued the centre rib in with thick CA, medium CA, and then just pushed it down, hold it down till it goes, and you should be good. Then we'd start gluing the rest of them in with thin, and you're good to go. Just make sure they're square. Before, unfortunately I haven't got a proper square, so I'm just using a piece of MDF, which is usually pretty good. Once you've got them square, just a couple of drops. Square it up, and then a couple of drops. And just make sure the spars all pushed all the way into the rib. If you've cut them out right, it should be a lot less sanding later on. Okay, that doesn't actually take it at all. A little bit more. I'll just hold it down. I felt that pop up. That happens occasionally, which is my fault. Oh no, it's really not taking. Alright, now I'll get back to that. In the meantime, keep going. And that's it. Lift about that actually. So I'll just put a right angle in there to fix that up, and away laughing. Right, now we're going to start with, well, the front of the wing, I guess. So I've just roughly cut to size 3/16 inch square stock just for the leading edge. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of thick CA in, medium CA in here. No, we're not, because it's blocked up. Should be less blocked up.